back sometime in October was Guardians of the Galaxy. So, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at, I guess, this game and a little bit of it, showing you guys a little bit of the story, some of the gameplay, and I guess just see how you guys like it. I guess just some relaxing gameplay that I haven't done in quite some time. Now, if you do like this video, make sure you obviously like this video. Maybe I'll continue on with playing this game for you guys. Also, make sure to comment down below maybe some other games that are recently going to come out that you guys would like to see. I'm obviously going to be playing, you know, the new Call of Duty game, the new Battlefield game, Far Cry 5, a ton of other games that are going to be coming out recently. So make sure you guys, you know, let me know what you guys want to see. So, I'm just going to be, you know, softly whispering over some of the story plot over here. So, just, you can just sort of zone me out if you just kind of want to, you know, listen to the story of what's going on. But I am going to be skipping through a lot of this sort of stuff, a lot of the small talk and whatnot, just to sort of get the story mode going and carrying on, because otherwise this video is going to be like 2 hours long just to even get through the first part, you know what I mean? There's a little Chewbacca right there, it's kind of funny, but obviously Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy obviously is about Guardian of the Galaxies. You may know them from the Marvel MCU movie, you know, with all those great actors and big time box office movie, but this is quite different. This is definitely based off more of the comics, not the MCU. Obviously there are a lot of, you know, correlation between the two, but it's not the same thing. So obviously everything's not going to be completely the same, but a lot of things you might be able to notice if you have watched the Guardian of the Galaxy movies, you know, in real life. So that was Peter Quill's mom, and you obviously are Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, who is a kid who got abducted by, I guess you could say, aliens back in the 1980s, and ever since then you've sort of been roaming around space, being a criminal, and yeah, it's kind of cool. You kind of have a lot of flashbacks throughout the game about your mom and just life on Earth before you were kidnapped. And obviously, your boy Drax is on there too. That is Drax. As you can see, like I said before, it's not based off of the movie version because it's just a completely different looking character. It's definitely more of the comic version of Drax. So as you wake up from a little dream of life on Earth as you were a kid, there you are, Star-Lord. Pretty dope. And your cool little blasters. They're kind of fire, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I didn't know this game was going to be so, like, first person. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. But yeah, now you are on your ship, which is pretty cool. This is your room. Obviously a lot of 80s posters and stuff going around. Nice big old mirror, which is kind of funny. I'm just going to be roaming around the ship now. It looks pretty cool. I didn't know also how open world this game was going to be. Here are your boys, Rocket and Groot. As you can see, also Groot looks a little bit different from the MCU version. Rocket looks pretty much the same. Also, you can see this game has you picking a lot. This game is actually somewhat of a choose-your-own adventure style of game where the things you pick and the things you say change the outcome of the game throughout as you play, which I think is super dope. I love that about games, the choose-your-own adventure style of games. Just keep that in mind if you are planning on playing the game. And there's also Gamora, again, completely different looking from her MCU version, which also think is really cool. I think this game takes place a little bit after meeting Gamora and Drax, so, you know, obviously in the MCU, wow, this is so beautiful, look at that. Obviously in the MCU, everything sort of picks up very fast. It seems like in this game, you first meet Rocket and Groot for, you know, a handful of maybe months or weeks or tracks show up and you add them to the squad. And this is about a handful of, again, days, weeks after meeting up with Gamora and Drax and them joining the Guardians of the Galaxy as well. Guardians of the Galaxies, sorry, as well. Also, you can see at the top of my screen it says streamer mode on. This game obviously has a great soundtrack, but obviously with that soundtrack comes copyrighted music, so no, you will not be hearing any good tunes while I'm playing this game, because again, copyright kind of sucks, but if you do play this game by yourself, which I have done obviously, great soundtrack, just like the MCU Guardians of the Galaxy movie, so that's really cool to see. This is Rocket's room, very cluttered, very, I don't know, full of a bunch of mechanical stuff, which is, again, pretty dope, I have to say. There's my room again, me and Rocket are looking like we're, oh wow, Drax is down there practicing or something. I'm assuming this is Gamora's room. You can see some of the weapons she has up there, a dope looking sword. Some other things, kind of cool, comfy bed. Then, obviously with the punching bag, gonna assume this is Drax's room. pretty terrifying. But some stuff from, I'm assuming, his home planet or from his family. And a book. Nice. I think it's a book on sarcasm, I think. That's funny. Drax is in the game very much like his MCU version. Did the Dave Bautista version. Very funny, very silly, very sarcastic, I guess. It's pretty dope. I don't know why they have this in the ship, but it's the bathroom. Kind of funny that they added that in there. And there's like the jukebox and the sort of living room area. There's the fridge, which someone keeps leaving the door open on the fridge. It gets kind of annoying. There's like a to-do list. Some of the dirty dishes. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cozy. It's very homey in there. It's pretty nice. Then we're at the back of the ship where Drax again is training or getting pumped up for the mission you guys are supposed to be on. That's the exit of the ship. And then over here we have, I think, the engine room where all like the big important stuff is, which is kind of cool. But yeah, this ship it's a pretty good ship. They keep talking about it throughout the game, and it's a very fast, very dope ship, which I very much do believe. And then on the opposite side of the ship we have, I'm assuming, Groot's room. I don't know, Groot doesn't really have a room for some reason. I mean, he is a plant, so I'm not sure if he even needs to sleep or gets tired. You know what I mean? He is just a walking plant. So, I'm assuming this is where he just hangs out, grows his plants, sort of chills out. He doesn't have like a bed or anything, so it's kind of cool. A little room where they plant a bunch of stuff. And some sort of a little secret room there. They can just sort of hold stuff in there. But yeah, that is the Milano. Very nice ship. But like I said, you're on a mission. Apparently you were hired to capture a certain monster, a certain beast, and take it back to its owner alive, or its buyer alive. So you're heading into that, whatever that is. You're going in there. I think it's called like the Quantum Zone, which I don't know if it's related to the MCU version of the Quantum Zone, obviously with Ant-Man and all that stuff. I don't think it's the same thing, but that's where you're heading to. And obviously I'm not going to be, like, again, playing the entire version. Missions in this game are pretty lengthy. It's a pretty lengthy game, I'm not gonna lie. It took me a handful of days and days and days and days to get even pretty far in the game. So, each mission can take a pretty good length amount of time, so this won't be like the entire first mission. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the gameplay, a little bit of the story, and then sort of I don't know, showing you how the game, I guess, works. Just a nice little relaxing game. they say, which again I don't think it doesn't look really like anything from the Ant-Man version. It looks like it's just some like very old battle area that happened, and apparently some alien lives here, and someone wants it, so the guards are gonna go snag it and pick it up for them.
I still do not understand why I must remain on board with the assassin.
Because you're part of Green Team.
You signed me to the team before you named it. My skin is not green. It's teal.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm very happy that they kept the sort of comedy in this game, like they do in the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is one of the main reason why everyone loves the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, because the chemistry the team has, or I guess the non-chemistry the team has, and you know how they interact with each other. It's very funny, and they sort of kept that along in this game, which I also do love. And obviously Peter Quill being a very funny guy, obviously being played by Chris Pratt. This whoever the voice actor was for this game, very much holds up to sort of that same sort of character, and I think that's really cool that they sort of added that. Same thing with Rocket. The Rocket character, it's basically the same as the Bradley Cooper version of the MCU, which I love so much.
Laura, take care of my baby.
It's a ship here, not a child.
Oh, can you imagine?
But yeah, this is you finally being able to control Star-Lord fully. He has his little mask on, which I think is super dope looking. Then this is his blaster fire. You have to hold down the left trigger and then hold down the right trigger. And yeah, just a little some blaster fire. His blasters are pretty interesting. Later on throughout the game, you'll learn it has some elemental powers, which I think is pretty cool. Like you can shoot a fire blast, an ice blast, an electrical blast. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. You can also have this double jump feature. You can't fly fully, which I kind of hated. That you couldn't just like fly with Peter Quill, because obviously Peter Quill. That's one of his main features in the MCU and whatever, is that he can fly with this little booster, shoes. But in the game you can't. All you can do is sort of double jump, and then you can hover for a little bit of time. And that's about it. But you can't really fly. But look how detailed this game is. Like you can look all the way down and see all the space down there. It's pretty dope. This is the the free PS5 upgrade version. So I did get this on PS4 and then upgraded it to the PS5 version for free, which thank goodness they added that feature to a lot of games on PS4. So this is, I guess, should be enhanced for PS5. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, pretty cool looking. I think the game looks very beautiful. There are a bunch of different other worlds you can visit as well. Like Nowhere, you do get to travel to Nowhere, which is a big sort of alien ship that has a big hole in it and people live inside of it. You do get to go there, and a bunch of other sort of well-known places and some other names they drop a whole lot, like Thanos, and talking about their past, stuff like that. I think it's really cool that they do that. And again, another sort of interaction with the team, so you can defend them, you can persecute them, you can make fun of them, you can build characters, you can knock characters down. I think it's kind of cool that you can do that.
Careful on that thing, Quill. Spot something out there.
Wow, this is really cool looking. Again, like the worlds in this game are very much well built. I will say it is very buggy. Like there'll be times where you morph through things, or you have to glitch and restart through a checkpoint or something like that. But for, I guess, how fast this game is, I'm not surprised how buggy it is. Because look how big this world is. It's pretty massive. But it does get fairly buggy. So, dude, I guess watch out if you are, looking to play this game. Ew, those things are really gross looking. I hate how those things look.
Hey, 50 units says I can clear more of these suckers than you. As if. Oh, what the? Rocket, did you do that?
Rocket. That's funny. So yeah, you basically make a bet with Rocket to see how many bugs you can shoot. If you see them, like, actually something that are really useful throughout the game. No, you don't need credits to like upgrade your guy or anything. Credits are actually used throughout the game for like a story, I guess. Throughout the story, credits are useful. You don't really need credits to really like get better at the game. You just use credits throughout the game for story, I guess, purposes. But now you can see we are finally going through some of the, I guess, combat in the game, and the combat is a little bit of a letdown. In the beginning, it's super boring for like the first 2 or 3 missions, but definitely as the game progresses, it gets way better, trust me. So, again, sorry, this isn't the most compelling gameplay. You're just shooting these little blobs, and if you melee these blobs, it's a one-hit kill because they're so tiny, they just explode when you kick them out into something. But later on, when you fight, bigger guys and badder guys and cooler guys, it definitely gets a lot better. So just keep that in mind if you are again looking to play into this game. It's kind of boring the first mission or 2. Later on, as you guys are wandering around, trying to find the location to this big monster, you get to learn that you can interact with the Guardians. So, no, this game is not a game where you get to play all the Guardians, which I know is very sad. You never get to play as Groot or Gamora or Drax or Rocket, but you do get to interact with the characters and sort of help them. Well, they help you throughout the game. So, Groot with the building the bridge, maybe Gamora slashing things with her sword, Drax punching things that are super big and can destroy things, you know what I mean? So, it does suck. I was really hoping that it would be a game where you could like play as the other Guardians, but this is just a single player, Peter Quill game, I guess you could say, a Star-Lord game. One of the things I really disliked about this game as well was the upgrading to this game. You never really get to upgrade Peter Quill a whole lot. You just get to upgrade, 1 or 2 moves, and then the blasters have a handful of upgrades. But other than that, the upgrading in this game sucked. There's not like a skill tree or sort of any other thing that a single player game should have. Just a handful of weird, pretty much useless upgrades. And yeah, that was really about it. So that was pretty disappointing, not gonna lie. It looks like one of your beacons that will help find the monster and track it seems to not be working, so you need to go around and find something to charge it up with, I guess. So you can use this version on your mask, your helmet, to sort of scout stuff out, sort of like a scanner. And you find this battery, and you gotta run it over back to Rocket.
What are you waiting for, Will? Grab it! Here you go. That'll do nicely. Just let me tinker a bit. I have to do some tweaking once I see how my goose this thing puts out. So I watch my back. Watch it from the
And then obviously those squishy things come back. But again, like I said, you need to interact with the Guardians throughout the game, and one of the things is through combat, obviously. And they all have unique abilities. Groot's definitely more of a stun guy, a guy who can hold people in place. Gamora is more of a damage, like to one person. And then Rocket's more of like he can damage a lot of people at one time. And then Drax is more of a I don't know how to say this, like a stun guy. Like he can hit people and make them like drowsy or make them easier to hit. And then like I said, Groot's more of like a guy who can just hold people in place and you can shoot them very fast and easily, which is kind of cool. So each of them are very situational. Each of them have their own strengths and abilities that I think are really dope. I think they each get 4 abilities, and later on you get to find their, I guess like their special ability. You also get your own special abilities throughout the game. It just takes a long time to get them and stuff. So again, like the combat in this game doesn't get really good until later on in the game when you can unlock more abilities and the enemies get a little bit tougher. Because as you can see, I'm not even like taking any damage throughout fighting these little guys. So it's it's not that fun. But once you start fighting, you know, better guys and there's a lot more enemies, it definitely gets a lot more fun and stuff. But yeah, just like that, did you get to see your little bar go up? That's how you gain ability points through that little bar. And this is the pause menu, so there's just like tutorials you can look at, which are kind of cool. So you can learn about some of the moves that Starlord can do, some of the characters, and basically the basics of the game. Here's your little journal that you write down the stuff that you've seen. So this is chapter 1, and you're just talking about, you know, how your life is going, I guess. And yeah, this is the team. So you can see there's abilities and outfits. Yes, there are different outfits you can put on the characters. And yes, there are unlockable costumes for the new, well, not the new, but the Guardians of the Galaxy movies that you can put on them. So you can make Drax look like Drax in the movie. You can make Gamora look like Gamora from the movie. You can make Peter Quill look like Peter Quill from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie once you unlock that costume. So I always thought that was kind of cool. So if you are someone who loves to collect things in a game, costumes is definitely one of the things that are really fun to collect and seeing what you can unlock throughout the game. Again, still trying to find the monster for your buyer. You attract these guys again. And like I said before, Rocket does like cluster damage, not really singular damage, so he is an amazing, super OP strong guy. He's probably the best character when it comes to fighting. He's extremely good, which obviously in real life is kind of the same thing, but anyways, you basically just fight those guys again, nothing really too exciting. Again, these are the abilities and the games you can unlock, so like I said before, this is the only flying you get to do as Peter Quill is that ability, which is kind of okay. I wish you could do more flying though. And then some other abilities as well, a stun grenade, which is pretty dope. And the question mark one is the special ability, which you don't get to unlock until, man, a handful of levels into the game. You don't get to unlock their special abilities, but each character has their own little thing, which is really cool. But yeah, that's really gonna be it for me, guys. Again, if you guys want to see more specific gameplay, more gameplay about the video game itself, more just about the story, anything like that, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, this is, I guess, the costume menu, which Starlord obviously gets a lot of them because he is the main character, and all the other guys get some other ones. But like I said, you can make them look like the movie character. They are some comic versions of the character as well, which I think is pretty dope too. But yeah, hopefully guys like this video. It's probably not going to be a very viewed video. No one's going to really want to watch this unless you're a fan of like movies or Marvel or anything like that. But I really just want to bring gameplay back to the channel, and there's going to be a lot of games coming out soon. Again, like I said, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Far Cry 5, yada yada yada. And I want to bring that back to my channel, so make sure you guys do look out for another gameplay video very soon. And yeah, make sure to let me know what other games you guys want me to play. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys again